Yeah.
Hey fam, I know it's been a little while. If you have been a subscriber for a while, or if you look back in some of the older uploads that I've offered, ha, something used to happen a lot that I called deep downloads. These were just epiphanies that would come to me just out of nowhere. And being the spiritual being that I know that I am, I know that these were supportive ideas that were coming from the Most High, the Creator, because they were always answers to questions that I had been pondering. Maybe a while, maybe something that had just popped into my head, maybe overhearing a conversation or something that would come down a news feed on the phone, something that someone would say. And I got another deep download, and this time I received it while I was in a session with a client. And we were talking about the changes that she was going to start to espouse in her life. Now, client and I have been working together for a while, so I've imparted many tools. She has used them. She's grown so much through the years. So many changes have taken place, all because of her decision to make the changes and her decision to utilize the tools. So anyway, we were talking about this new year that we're moving into. January 1st is a benchmark that society is using to move from one to the new. And so it's a good opportunity to make a decision. And we always talk about New Year's resolutions and things like that. So anyway, the conversation with the client was all about, gosh, I've gained so much and grown so much, but how am I going to consistently use the tools that I have? Because if you use a tool, and you really use it, it's gonna work. However, if you have the tool and you don't use it, how is it going to work? And so she realized, I have all this knowledge. I know exactly what to do. I've tested it. Things have worked for me before. I've gained more knowledge. In our sessions, we talk about the scientific basis for all of the changes that she wants to make and the tools and everything. So anyway, this download popped in, and it relates to a deep download that happened a long time ago about the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And certainly you can look back in there and see the connection. But as I was speaking to her, the download came in that if we go back to the beginning, in that garden, and yes, the woman and the man bought into the lie, right? But if we go back to the beginning, they were in the Garden of Eden, and all that they could perceive, everything around them, was beauty, was safety, was love, abundance, everything, peace. They had everything that they needed in that garden. Until, of course, the lie showed up, the distraction showed up, and they partook, and then their eyes were open. And they were able to not just perceive the good and the beauty and health and vitality and love, but they were also able to perceive the polar opposite of all those things, which we can term bad or evil. So they grew up a little quick. They were able to see the full scope of every possibility, not just the good stuff, but they had now stepped into the realm of having to take responsibility to choose where you want to hang out, to choose what thoughts, what feelings they held in consciousness, which frequencies they wanted to catch and hold on to. So now they had a whole variety of everything. And so the truth of it, as I told my client, is that we always get to choose. Because I always say, it's totally up to you. It's all about you. You get to choose. Because whatever you choose, wherever you hang out in consciousness, and consciousness just means what you are aware of being. Yeah. What you are aware of having. What you are aware of being able to achieve, do, be. That is what you are becoming in every moment. So, Adam and Eve were in the space of ever increasing bounty and love and joy and good. That's what they were conscious of. That's all that they were created in the beginning to be able to perceive. And perceiving is just what you are aware of, what you choose to believe, what you choose to feel, what you choose to think about, what you choose to do. And so just think about it. That in this world of so much stuff that we can choose from, right? It's all around us in our environment. Everything. It's like a big smorgasbord of stuff that you can pay attention to. And so another upload was your power of attention. That's another one to look at because it kind of connects with all of this. And so in that video, I talk about the idea that your attention is your superpower. Because whatever it is that you're paying attention to, what are you curious about? What are you fascinated with? What do you love? What is it that excites you? What do you gravitate towards? What do you want to do and be? Whatever that is what has grabbed your attention. And that, by the law that our Creator set in place, is what we begin to attract into our lives. Whatever we're paying attention to, whatever we're excited about, whatever we are inspired by, and even curious and titillated by. Could be gossip. Could be intrigue of things that are a little edgy, a little spicy, as they call it, sexy. You know those kinds of things. Whatever we give our attention to for a sustained period of time and with repetitiveness over and over and over and over and over and over again, it is beginning to come into your world. You are beginning to become that. And the beauty of the Most High, the beauty of our Father. And this law that He put here for us is that, yeah, you got free will. Yeah, you can pay attention to anything that you want to pay attention to. You can get excited about anything. You can be interested in anything. But guess what? Everything has manifestations that go along with it. Consequences. We do reap what we sow. So think of your attention, whatever you're paying attention to, as a seed that you've planted. And the longer you leave that seed alone and you nurture it with more attention and you water it with more attention, you put sunshine on it with more attention, with more focus, with more awareness, with more energy, it will sprout in your life. So we have to pay attention to what we're paying attention to, because that is what we are creating in any given moment in our lives. So, can you really blame other people for the patterns in your life? Can you really blame? I mean, yeah, society, our parents who are imperfect, everything around us is now outside of the garden. So everybody is unconsciously choosing things that are not always beneficial. And so we all experience that. But like I said to my client, hey, you get to choose what you pay attention to. You get to choose what you believe. Because when you plant those seeds and you leave them there and you water them and you nurture them with more of the same, that's what you're going to get. But back to the merciful, most high, Mother, Father, Creator, and the wonderful law set in place with regard to our attention, you get to experience what you have planted. You will be used according to what your thoughts are, what's in your heart, what you are titillated by, what excites you. And you'll be used to add that, build that in the world, in your own life and in other people's lives, collectively, individually. Everything is sorted according to its kind. And so you can be a part of what's beneficial, what's loving, what creates Eden. Or you can be a part of what creates hell. Stagnation, limitation, pain, suffering, death. Like I always say, you get to choose, because your attention is indeed your superpower. So choose. Just like any muscle or any new skill, it can take time to master it, but you can do it. And here's a tip. Choose in every moment to find something to appreciate about everything, about everyone, in every moment. Start right now. As we step into this new year on the Gregorian calendar, yeah, start right now to choose. to seek Eden. And you will attract more and more of the good in your life. And you will contribute more good into the lives of others. And if we do this collectively, if we do it, take this tool and really apply it consistently, we can bring that kingdom, that Eden, right back on this planet. We are that powerful. But will you do it? That is the question. I'm doing it. And because I do it, my life, though it may not be perfect, it is so much better than it could be. It's so much better than it was when I chose to perceive what was wrong. I chose to look for things to fix, things to correct, because I cared, yes, because I wanted to make a difference. But I found it was a far more better use of my superpower of attention to pay attention to what's already good. And then more and more and more of what's good begins to flood into my life. There's something that I always share. I'm an avid gardener, and I was out in the garden one morning, and I was picking my string beans, and the sun was coming up. It had rained a little earlier, so there were little droplets of water on the string beans. And the light was shining through, and it looked like little crystals on the water droplets on the green bean plant and the little green beans themselves. And you could see the light shining through the pods, and so you could see the little peas inside, and it was just the most beautiful sight. The sparkling crystals of light shining through the water, and the little silhouette of the pods. I mean, you have to be a gardener to really feel this. But anyway, I stood there and I was just in awe. And I said, Father, how do I keep enjoying moments like this? And you know what the voice said? That still small voice that I listened to in the quiet of the morning, in that peaceful moment of bliss. That voice just said, keep enjoying moments like this. Keep enjoying. Keep focusing on the good, ever increasing good, and bring Eden back on earth simply by choosing what you pay attention to. So until next time, I appreciate you spending time with me, listening to my rant, and I hope that it brought you some joy and gave you something to really use. Because knowledge and information is useless unless it's something that you can use in your everyday life. Hey, I got a challenge for you today. I want you to begin to find things to appreciate. Yes, things to love, things to get excited about. In fact, I want you to identify something that's wonderful about everything in your environment, about every person that you meet. And I want you to hold those feeling tones that you get from that appreciation and just carry it through your day. And just keep on no matter what's going on. Even if someone's opposing you, you have a disagreement or whatever, begin from a place of appreciation. Notice what's good right there in that moment. And let that fuel and power the rest of whatever the situation is. Focus and seek something that's beautiful in everything. You up to the challenge? All right, I want you to do it for the next 7 days. Do it consciously. Doesn't mean you're going to always do it perfectly, but always bring it to mind that my attention is my superpower, and I get to choose what to pay attention to. Because everything is present. Everything. Good and bad. What I love, what I don't like. It's all always there. But you get to pick and choose what you pay attention to. And just watch how your vibration raises up. Just watch how much better you feel. Just watch how you attract loving interactions into your life. You attract more money. You attract more happiness. Let me know how you do. Peace and blessings. This is Tamara of Beyond Hypnosis. Remember to like this video, to subscribe, and even go check me out on Patreon to support the mission. Until next time, take good care of yourself.